What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to another episode of Nick Bailey Spearfishing. Today, I drove over to the West Coast to go visit the boy Jason. What's up? I've been over here for like a week, and we have just been having a blast exploring all around Fort Myers. He's going to school here, and I've been staying with him for a little bit, waiting for this viz to clear up, and finally it looks like it's done so. So let's get out there and head over to the boat ramp. Lego. One of my favorite things about this coast is the abundant amount of life that you can find in like 4 feet of water. You're gonna see some of the spots that we dive today are super shallow, but there's just fish everywhere. I think a big part of that is the amount of mangrove islands. It's just a perfect spot for fish to grow up and then head over to whatever other kind of structure. So the only mistake that we've made so far is coming out on a Saturday and not having a driver. So we're gonna be anchoring the boat and hoping that our massive dive flag is enough for these googans to not hit us. So I get in and I kind of realize this visibility isn't incredible, but it's better than it's been for the last 2 weeks. So I start dropping on some pilings right here, and I'm met with a stud sheepshead on the way down. I thought I had a perfect shot, but what a googan. So I've got these spots pretty dialed in because I've been doing commercial spearfishing over there, and it's been really fun. So watch how fast I can reload this gun. 11 seconds from the time that the shaft touches the spear gun to where it's fully loaded and ready to shoot. I wasn't worried because there's fish everywhere, so I reloaded, and check this out. Jason already has a stud and a stone crab claw. So I take another dive right here, and it's murky, but I'm looking around. There's a ton of bait everywhere, which makes me think that there's gonna be a lot of fish, and just look how many there are. See one bigger than the rest and just pull the trigger and get a beautiful shot. Making another drop moments later, and I'm taking a bit of a different approach. I decided to go down to the bottom, and I was really underweighted because I was using my 5mm with only enough weight for my 3mm wetsuit. So I put my legs around one of these rocks and was able to plant myself on the bottom and let the fish come over to me. And look how many sheepshead there are. They're just swarming me. It's so cool to see this much life at one spot. Now that we have a few sheepshead in the boat, it really allows me to be more selective. So I'm looking through the entire school. I know that I'm not gonna pull the trigger until I feel like I see one that's a lot bigger than the rest, but it's also really difficult in this like 4 foot of visibility. I start coming up and prepare for the next dive. So here I'm kind of doing the same thing where I'm trying to just really remain chill and let all the fish approach me. And I'm trying to decide which one's bigger, which one's bigger, which one's bigger. And through the murk, I kind of see one that catches my eye. Not yet, but over here. I decide this one's definitely bigger. I pull the trigger and I start pulling it in. And to my surprise, he was the exact same size as the rest of these things. One thing about sheepshead is they will find a way to stab you with their spines every time you shoot one. One time I even accidentally kicked the stringer and had sheepshead spines in my leg for like a month. One thing I never see in Jupiter is these giant black drums. So it's really cool to go over to the West Coast and see one. This guy was around 40, 50 pounds, big remoras on his back. Let him swim, but what a cool sight to see. So I went back to where I saw all those sheepshead, and I'm doing the same thing that I did earlier. Found a nice rock that I could plant my knees around and just hold myself still on the bottom. It's crazy how when you just chill out and aren't flailing your legs and arms around so much, how many more opportunities you'll get. And just look at how many sheepshead there are. So freaking cool. Really took my time here and waited for the right one. So I'm just gonna let this play out for you guys. By far the biggest fish that I saw on that entire dive, and I could not be more happy. I felt like I did everything right in that dive, super textbook, and got another stud sheepshead. Now here's Jason's bread and butter. This kid can catch a stone crab better than anyone I've ever seen in my entire life. So I'm down here trying to find one so I can film him. I see one right there and I'm like, okay, perfect. That's a legal stone crab. We're gonna let Jason come down and grab him. So watch this. Here he is, sees that stone crab and decides, nope, there's a bigger one. Check that, stud right there. Now Jay pulls him out. He's only got one claw. But here in the state of Florida, even if they have one claw, as long as it's of size, you're allowed to harvest it. So Jason does. Didn't take long at all before Jason found another stone crab. So I'm following him down right here. And what's crazy is you're reaching your hand into these holes, grabbing them by their claws and trying not to get pinched, which I feel like we still do maybe one out of every like 20, 30 stone crabs, probably less for Jason. Look at that, big old claw. The other one was already growing back. Perfect.
Okay, enough messing around. Just kidding, we're having a great time. We're gonna go offshore and hit a couple wrecks. We've never hit any of this, but it's a couple miles out. The vision here is about 4 foot, maybe 5. I'm thinking out there it might be a little bit better, so I'm gonna give it a shot, and so is Jason. We're just gonna anchor. Let go.
Unfortunately, the viz was not much better out here, if at all. I grabbed the big gun, but it didn't take me long to realize that I wanted to switch to the small gun. And I'm kind of just doing a blind drop where I'm hoping the wreck will be, and I find it. Big old sheepshead right in front of me, but it's my first dive, so I have no idea if something cooler is going to pop out. So I waited, grabbed my small gun, and here's my second drop. Really odd structure, but there's fish everywhere and they're all a lot bigger. So I know I only really want one more, and I see a stud right here. So kind of taking my time and just adjusting over all this odd structure so I can get a good shot. What I didn't notice was all the anchor line everywhere. So I get a good shot right there and he tangles around this line like 20 times, which is not good. As bad as I want to get this fish in one dive, I realized pretty quickly that there was no way I was doing that, and I have no reel on my gun, so I decided to let everything go. But watch this. I feel something hit my ankle, look down, Goliath grouper steals my sheepshead. Jason gets a stud right in the eye, good shot, but my fish is on the bottom, and I know it's probably in a Goliath grouper's mouth, and my spear could be gone. I'm tugging on this gun. It's super murky down there. I have my knife out in case I have to cut anything. And very fast I realize there's no way I can get this right now. So here's where things can get dicey and you need to be really careful. I'm going down, the visibility's horrible. We're in a big cloud of dust and there's structure everywhere. See the Goliath grouper right here, and I know he has my fish in his mouth, but I don't think he's really fully swallowed it. So I go to grab this line and slowly pull on it, and he ends up spitting it out immediately. Now, I give him a quick couple little jabs, punches to get him out of the way, and it kind of persuaded him to move. I didn't have enough air to mess with anything, so I came back up to go try again. Jason went ahead and used his gun with a reel to put a second shot in my fish so we would be able to stay right on top of the gun. And I go down, and of course, 2 more Goliath groupers have come in. So now my inner McGregor comes out. Left hook. Right jab. Get out of here. I want my sheepshead for dinner. Okay, I pull my knife out right here, and I want to cut this anchor line. I underestimated how difficult it would be if you got tangled in this line to come up. So I'm cutting as hard as I can, finally cut a piece right there. Watch this, I start coming up, leg fully gets caught in fishing line. You gotta remain calm in this kind of situation and just undo it and start coming up. Luckily, not a big deal. Okay, finally, this is the last dive where I'll be able to resolve this issue and get this fish, be done, go in. I'm hungry, I'm ready for some fish tacos. So I'm taking this end and just slowly unraveling it, unraveling. And look how much fishing line is on it. I need to go back to this wreck and really clean it up. I hate how polluted these things can get, but man, that can get sketchy too. Pull my shaft out and yeah, I'm gonna need a new one. We ended up with plenty for dinner, so now it's time to head in.
There you go. Bucket of sheeps, headed straight to the dorm. I thought I was passenger princess, but I know who the real passenger princess is right now. Quick stop at the Finest on the way home. Okay, so back in the community kitchen area, we got a bunch of fillets right here, and I'm gonna fillet one of these guys right now. Christine. Hit it with a little Danos. That looks incredible.
Oh, wait.
All right, we need some hungry people. Come on, eat. The assembly line is going. The girls are working on it.
We're working on it.
What do we rate the fish?
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10? Holy
Best
shit.
fish taco I've ever had.
Really?
8.5.
What'd you like the most about it?
The seasoning and the corn.
Oh, the
Definitely
corn.
the seasoning.
Okay, seasoning and the corn. I like it.
Good. Okay, first bite.
Wait, is it too late to dry?
What do we think, Wember?
Wait.
The fish is actually fire. That's probably the best sheepshead I've had.
This is
I'm not
really
gonna-
good.
Ooh, best sheep you've ever had?
Yeah.
Really?
10 out of 10.
The fish.
Come on.
10 out of 10.
Get out of here. Okay, I need one.
That
I need
Fort
one
Myers
now.
pack.
I'm grabbing one right now.
This is good.
I like the
Oh my
fish
god,
alone.
she's stuck in the corn.
Oh, what?
All right, first shot of this sheep's head taco. Let's see, the girls really like it. I hope I do too. All right, there's not enough fish in here, but that's incredible. That is so freaking good. I'm impressed right now. Dude, you said this was some of your favorite sheep's head you've ever had?
Yeah, definitely.
I think,
It's got to be the Danos.
bro, I think Danos, I think corn, and I don't know. Everything I did on this thing, stoked on it. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video. We're gonna catch you in the next adventure.
Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to the YouTube channel. It's Gwen Himber Spearfishing and Kelsey Sullivan Spearfishing and Nick Bailey Spearfishing.
Everyone's spearfishing.
We're chilling at the sandbar right now, about to go absolutely slay some sheep's head.